All right, Travlio fam, let's dive into something today. You know, when you think Ibiza,
Hmm.
what immediately springs to mind?
Probably the super clubs, right? That huge party scene.
Exactly. But today we're going to kind of challenge that whole idea.
Right.
Our mission really is to take you on a deep dive into Ibiza's, well, surprising contrasts, its hidden bits, and some really crucial details based on our sources that you absolutely need to know. We want to show you how, as Travlio often discusses, Ibiza is just so much more than nightlife.
That's spot on. And what's really fascinating about Ibiza, I think, is how it lives up to that island of contrasts nickname.
Yeah.
It's not just a catchy phrase, it's like a master class in blending totally different things. You've got the crazy party, sure, but also this incredibly serene nature. They somehow coexist.
A masterclass, I like that, because our sources really hammer this home.
Ibiza is way more than just clubs. It's described as like an adventurer's paradise.
It absolutely is, waiting to be explored, beyond the dance floor. But maybe let's back up. Where is Ibiza geographically, and what gives it its unique vibe?
Good question. So it's nestled there in the Western Mediterranean Sea,
Okay.
about 90 kilometers east of the Spanish mainland, near Valencia.
Right.
Ibiza, or Ibiza, in Catalan, which will say it's the third largest of Spain's Balearic Islands. And it forms the Pichizic Islands group with its little sister island, Formentera.
Ah, Formentera, yeah.
And its identity. It's this rich mix, influences from Phoenicians, Romans, Moors, right up to the hippie movement in the 60s that's forged this really unique, tolerant, vibrant culture.
Wow.
And you really see that captured in Dalt Vila. That's the UNESCO World Heritage Fortified Old Town in Ibiza town. It's stunning.
That context really helps. Okay,
Yeah.
so moving beyond the clubs, what specific natural stuff or adventures are we talking about? Because honestly, hiking isn't the first thing I picture for Ibiza.
And that's the surprise. You'll find like tons of these secluded little coves. Cala's perfect for swimming, snorkeling, crystal clear water. And the interior. It's greener than you might think. Pine forests, hills. It's actually great for hiking.
Really? Like where?
Well, you could trek up Sa Talaia, that's the highest point, amazing views. Or explore near the Es Vedra Islet, especially around sunset from the cliffs. It's kind of mystical.
Es Vedra, yeah, I've seen pictures. It looks incredible.
It is. And for proper adventure, boat trips over to Formentera's beaches are a must-do. Or you could do like quad bike safaris to find hidden spots. Diving's great too.
Sounds amazing. And what about the weather, say midsummer?
July, for instance, is pretty ideal. Temps usually range between, say, 22 degrees C and 30 degrees C. Warm, sunny, nice sea breezes usually.
Perfect.
And don't forget the culture side. Just wandering the streets of Dalt Vila is an experience.
Oh.
Or hitting the bohemian markets like Punta Arabi, and the food. Authentic Ibizan cuisine is fantastic.
So you definitely need more than just clubbing gear then.
Absolutely. Pack hiking boots and dancing shoes.
Okay, got it. So let's shift gears a bit. What does all this mean for you if you're actually planning a trip, say, for 2025? Are there important updates we need to flag?
Yes, definitely. And this is really crucial. There are new Spanish regulations coming in, partly to manage tourism better.
Okay, like what?
Well, the big one is ETIAS. That's the European Travel Information and Authorization System. If you're visiting from one of over 60 visa-exempt countries, you'll need this permit. It's expected to be fully running by mid-2025.
Right, ETIAS, we've heard about that for Europe generally.
Exactly. And specifically for Ibiza, there's now a daily cap on tourist vehicles, especially rental cars, that runs from June 1st to September 30th.
To tackle the summer crowds and traffic.
Precisely. It's an effort against over-tourism. You'll also find stricter rules about drinking alcohol in public places in some areas, and more data collection when you check into hotels or rent a car.
Some more bureaucracy, maybe?
A little bit, yeah. The key takeaway is always check the specific rules for the local municipality you're visiting right before you go. Things can change.
Good advice.
Yeah.
So wrapping up then, it really sounds like Ibiza offers, well, pretty much everything. The parties if you want them, but also stunning nature, deep culture.
Yeah, it genuinely caters to so many different tastes. It's inviting exploration, adventure, but maybe requires a bit more careful planning now.
Definitely.
And, if we zoom out for a second, These new rules, they make you think, don't they, about how popular spots like Ibiza are trying to find that balance between the money tourism brings in, which is vital, and protecting the environment and, the quality of life for the people who actually live there. It's a tough act to balance.
That's a really important point. It leads to a final thought for you, the listener. How might knowing these details, the hidden gems, but also the new regulations, change your approach when you plan a trip? Not just to Ibiza, but maybe any popular destination. How can you make it more enriching, but also more responsible? Something to think about.